Sports Show, Halloween edition. Coming at you with the scary beats. Coming at you with the scary hairdo. What up, B Ford? I see you already here, huh? We got something for you today. Don't worry about that. Have to watch. We waited on. We're about 12 and 11 on the free picks. 2-1 last week. Back on the positive side. End of the show, we're gonna come out with some NFL plays. Stay on that winning track. We got World Series just ended. We're gonna talk about that. We got NBA in full swing, NFL going through. We got Equinox, everything going on, every sport. NHL. We got baseball just ended. We're gonna have everybody talking about free agents now. Where are these guys gonna go? Strasburg, Rendon. Hey, it's out there. It's out there for all the pickings. I appreciate that. That's the Halloween with B Ford. Thanks for the compliment. I got my man Alyork putting on his Halloween costume, taking all day. I'm coming at you with the intro. Hey, it's cold outside, so I'm wearing a sweater. I don't even care. It's cold outside, but it's hot. Nothing but the raw truth in here.
Nothing but the raw truth, baby. What up, ladies and gentlemen? B4 in the building already. B4 been checking in early, man. We appreciate your loyalty, B4. Real talk, man. And like my man Noah Parker said, we got a nice surprise for you. Don't go nowhere, because we got a nice surprise for you. Before we start off the show, I got to do what I have to do. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Cali, New York City, Chi-Town, Minnesota, the D and LES to the death. You know, I already know what the fuck it is. Shout out to Syndicate Radio TV, my boy Big Dino. Dino, I'm waiting on you. When you get back, we already know what we're going to do. Shout out to Vegas Divas. Shout out to Club Seamless. If y'all in the Las Vegas area, 4740 Orville, big Halloween party tonight. Y'all dudes want your bottles, you know what I'm saying? You want your VIP service? Ask for my man Greg, a.k.a. Suge. He'll hook you up, man. Make sure y'all come through. Shout out also to Tony Sports. Appreciate that. I don't have to be yelling. Tony Sports, a very great handicapper. He can educate you on all sports individually. Like I said, he got time for this. Tony Sports, like I said, he's very transparent, great handicapper. He charges $99 only, and you can reach Tony Sports at armhorse@msn.com. Armhorse@msn.com. Hit him up, man. Tony is solid. $99 for what he's going to give you. Trust me, you're getting a bargain. It's almost like you're getting one of them big fights, pay-per-view for like $4 when they like $99.
Bargain.
You're getting a bargain with Tony Sports. And last but not least, Credit Fix. Your credit is fucked up. IG me, inbox me, email me at al.newyork@yahoo.com. Never too late to fix your credit. Okay, you ready to get them?
Let's go.
My man.
Another week.
My man. We're going to go right into the World Series, y'all. I'm gonna alley-oop you. I'm going to alley-oop you. This series was incredible for many reasons. First reason being, it's the first time ever every road team won. That never, ever happened. I think it went to 5. And it might not ever happen again. So y'all might have experienced something that might not ever happen again. Which to me is beautiful. It's beautiful knowing that we lived through this to acknowledge that. Another thing was that they got the 2-3-2 thing. So when you lose the first 2 at home, when the Astros did, I thought, I'm not going to say dead, but I thought they were done.
A lot of people did, right?
Especially going into the nation's capital and Washington having all that momentum. Mm-hmm. But Houston went over there, and what they did, they swept them all 3 games. Then a lot of people was hitting me up, yo, Al, your national bet's not looking good. You know how the Met haters and all these other, not just the Met haters, let me make that clear. All these haters, yo, Al, I don't know what you're saying, Houston in 6. All I said was, we have to get get through game 6 so that we could get to game 7. They had to do everything in their power to get through game 6 to get to game 7. I gave out plus 1.5 just in case if the Astros won by a run, but the Nationals won outright. Right. Then they cleared the 7th game. So before I continue, your take.
I mean, it was an incredible series, really. But a lot of takes on it. I heard today that It was one of the lowest rated World Series, if not the lowest rated,
Wow.
TV wise. Which is sad because baseball used to be the #1 sport in America. It was America's pastime. But the fact that it's so slow and millennials can't pick up on it, and they hate that it's just, when you got a phone and you got to sit through pitches and there's nothing to do for them 9 seconds in between pitches, you tune out. You don't watch it. So all these guys growing up nowadays with their phones and their laptops, computers, iPads, they don't appreciate the game as much as, people like in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, because they was able to go through a whole game without needing to be distracted by a phone. So people just tune out of baseball so quick. It's not as fast as basketball and football, so ratings dropped.
To your defense, if you didn't grow up liking baseball, it's really hard to like it. Because I got a lot of brothers, bro.
And it's sad.
They say, Al, how do you do it? How do you watch that boring-ass sport? It's almost like golf. And I told him that. I said, you dissing the sport. If you really knew the sport, and you know how much mind game, it's like chess.
Yeah. It's
baseball can be chess in a lot of ways. That's what gets me in it, and I loved it growing up. Yeah.
Yep. And it's sad because everybody's not going to be able to see a series this good. This is one of the best World Series I've seen. Just back and forth action, great pitching, great hitting, clutch situations. Just minds going both ways. Both managers think, and a lot of people missed it because it's not like basketball or not like football where it's going 100 miles an hour. And it's a problem because baseball is going to have to try to fix it somehow to keep viewership going, to keep ratings and all that. So they don't shorten the schedule. They don't try to change the game up. But I don't see how they could do it. So
now they're doing the microphone thing.
Yeah, they're trying to do that.
Try to get people more intervened with.
They're trying to do the robo-umps now. They're talking about that, which might be something that we're looking forward to because some of the umpiring was horrible as usual.
But
that's every sport, though.
Look, I'm an umpire. I'm supposed to protect my fellow umpires. That's what they teach us. It's almost impossible to protect what I see in a couple of them games in the nation's capital.
That call, and even
it's almost impossible.
Even the call when the dude running the first base, that's one of the worst. And I mean, I thought, you couldn't even review that play. The next thing you know, they're reviewing it. But even the matter of fact that they would even look to call that dude out, Turner, because he ran into the glove, which is I remember when I was growing up, they teach you to throw it to the inside, so if the runner's coming down, it looks like you interfering with the throw.
Right.
And he did the right play there, but I mean Turner wasn't even that far into the baseline.
We've seen a lot less not get caught.
Yeah. Oh man.
We've seen a lot less not get caught.
In that situation, to make that call, it could have been a series changer. If Rendon don't go deep right after that.
Dog, if Houston wins that game, I mean it was under protest, which I don't think nothing would have happened. And they probably just let go of the umpire max. But I'm glad that it happened the way it did because they robbed them, dog.
Yeah, that's just, so from that aspect, that's the only negatives I had from the World Series. But besides that, it was great. I like seeing Houston go down. They've already got a World Series. This is the first one from Washington/Montreal. And, they did their thing. They got, a lot of guys came clutch. Howard Kendrick, who's been going around team to team.
Man, I got Mr. Clutch. They got a nickname of Mr. Clutch,
out
man.
Out of nowhere. Adam Eaton had some big hits. Kurt Suzuki had a couple big hits in the series. But the main two, Juan Soto and Rendon, going to get paid this year. But, I mean, I love...
They still got Soto for a couple years.
Yeah. Soto ain't going nowhere. Believe me. He's one of my favorite players to watch in the box. He's a savage. He in there like, it's like he's ready to just go at the pitcher. Like, you want to throw that to me? Just throw that again. See what happens. Like, the way his style is at the box is just...
Do you like it or you think it's too hot-headed?
No,
I've
heard... I mean, if I was a pitcher, I'd throw at his head a couple times. Just so, like, you know what? I'm going to back you up.
I don't know about the head.
No, I'm going to back you up.
Okay.
I'm going to throw it inside to back you up. You want to, be like that in my... This is my pitching.
Right.
Back up. But as a hitter, I like the approach. I like the aggressive style. You ain't showing them and you ain't no bit. I'm coming at you. Throw that pitch again. It's intimidating. So I like Soto's style, and I mean obviously Rendon is clutch. 7th inning or later, that guy couldn't do nothing but get on base.
Okay, I got a couple things for you. We had hitting, pitching, we had great coaching, and we had bad coaching. Mm-hmm. And it's easy for us to say something's bad after what takes place.
Right.
It's easy for us.
Monday morning quarterback.
Yeah, it's easy for us. But I think this is a no-brainer. You down 1 run, you got first base open, and you pitch to the best hitter on the Nationals. How does that sit with you? Because I knew when he faced him, it was a mistake. Even if Soto would have popped up, I would have put mad shit on my group and say, yo, how the hell he's going to pitch to him? But the fact that Soto hit a screaming single to give him that insurance, an important-ass insurance run, AJ Hinch, as smart as he is, fucked up.
I thought right away that he was unintentionally, intentionally walking him. I thought he was going to try to pitch to him, pitch around him.
Right.
Show like, yo, I'm not trying to be no punk and just going to walk you straight up. I'm going to look like I'm trying to pitch and then just give you respect and walk him. But when he threw that pitch, threw it right in the zone, it was like, all right, what are you
right
doing?
In the zone,
You got to pitch around. This is Soto. This is the best hitter they got. You don't pitch right to him at an open base. That was mind-boggling. But, hey, as a person that had the Nationals, like I know you did, great call. I mean, we appreciated that. We'll take those extra insurance runs because it's going to be even harder for Houston to come back.
Especially with that suspect bullpen.
Yes, exactly.
That suspect bullpen, you have to get insurance runs.
It's only going to be a matter of time before they hit Corbin, and then we don't want to see Rodney in there. We don't want to see Doolittle in there in a high level situation.
See Rainey.
We want it to be a nice 3-4 run cushion, and we good. So, hey, it worked out in our favor. Astros gave it a hell of a run. They for the team they had, they should have won it all. I'm not going to give no excuses. You had the best team. By far, on paper. Yep. They took care of the Yankees. They kind of sat back a little bit.
Most wins in baseball.
They relaxed a little bit after the Yankee series, which is why they lost their first 2 games at home. It's their own fault. They almost rectified the problem by winning 3 in Washington. Couldn't close it out. Hey, it's their downfall. They're gonna lose Cole. They're gonna lose a couple guys.
How do you lose 4 games at home and you're the best team in baseball at home? Like, this series is so, like, it's a great series to me. Would you say this was the best series you've seen in the last 10 years?
No, that Giants Royals one was real good.
Right.
Bumgarner just carried the whole team.
Right.
That was an incredible World Series. There's been a couple good ones. The Dodger Houston one.
That was my favorite. The Dodger Houston one. Right. The reason being, when they lost, you had a close game.
You're right.
See, this series here, it probably was 1 or 2 one-run games, and every other game was like 4-3 run, 5-run win. Great series, though, still. No matter how you break it down, it's very unpredictable because, like I said, I kind of thought the Astros were dead. Then I thought the Nationals were dead in a way, though I was going for the Nationals and I gave out the Nationals. So I had to have faith. Even though I really didn't have faith, I had to create faith because I'm like, damn, Houston's going to really lose 4 at home. But you know what? They got that 6th important game. And Scherzer was ready to go.
Strasburg versus Verlander was a key matchup. Remember, Verlander never won a World Series game. Yeah. Strasburg hadn't lost the playoff game all series. So something had to give there, and it didn't happen. I mean, I like the fact they gave Strasburg the MVP for the World Series. The only other person I would have said to get the MVP would have been Rondon, Soto, or Dave Roberts, because he's the one that got him there.
Okay, so want to go through some questions real quick? Yeah.
See what we got.
See what we got there.
Slam Miami said, what up? Izzy, congrats to the Nats.
Yeah, let them hit. I want them to know that we pay him out to their joint.
There wasn't no real questions.
Yeah. All right, everybody's saying what's up. I just want to make sure.
For the trolling ass Met fans. But yeah, that's it.
Okay, now we're gonna go to Bryce Harper. I gotta bring this dude up.
Yeah, that's fine.
B4 calls him a bitch. I got worse names for him. Yeah, I got worse names for him. But my thing is, I think with Bryce Harper on that team, they don't win.
Nah.
I'm gonna keep it 100. You know why? I think he hurts their chemistry. That team was built off chemistry. If you notice, they kind of took a page out of Golden State, where anybody could be the game MVP, and they all celebrated like they meant it. It was no friction in that dugout. And if you know Bryce Harper like I think you do, he carries friction on him. He's a walking time bomb. Even with the Phillies, when he was trying to make believe he was doing some team play shit, but then he's jogging the first at the end of the season. I can see he's a great player. Manny Ramirez had a lot of that in him, but then Manny got fixed up there a little bit. But Manny Ramirez was the type that if they lose in a game, let's say 5-1 in the 9th, he'll hit a ground ball to shortstop. He's jogging the first. Washington was not doing that. And Geraldo Parra, who they picked up, I think, in midseason, or I don't know if he's been in all season, he also bring a lot of love to that dugout, a lot of brotherness, a lot of get-togetherness, and they were having fun. Even yesterday when Rendon hit the home run, they were down 2-1 in the 7th, and they dancing in there. He's touching his shoes. I love that. That kind of made you feel they were going to come back and win this game. And Humpty, I appreciate he was toxic. That's the word I was looking for. Very toxic. For a guy that's got all the ability, for some reason, I just felt there were not one with him. Your take.
Well, 2012 was that year where they really had a good chance to win. Harper was hitting well. They had all these. Obviously, Soto wasn't there yet. They had a lot of bats. Zimmerman was hitting well. Rendon was in his. But then they shut down Strasburg for the playoffs, and that really hurt them. I think this is before they had Scherzer.
They're giving the brass credit for that
now. But at the time,
no. But do you give it credit? I still don't give it credit. I still think
I think they could have won it all in that year, 2012.
Yeah, you gotta put him in there a little bit.
It's not all Harper's fault. Remember in the playoffs, shit happens. Like you gonna play well, and you just don't get there sometimes.
Yeah, but you just said it. They had like one of the best teams this year. They were like the fifth, sixth best team. They did have pitching.
They had to get past Josh Hader in the 8th inning to win that game because they were down in that game. They had to get past the Dodgers, who were
Kershaw.
So a lot of things had to go their way. And in the playoffs, I don't want to say it's luck, but there is luck involved in baseball playoffs when just getting through teams, and teams are just going through lulls, and all stuff has to happen for you to get to this point. Okay, now having Bryce Harper or not, it worked out this time.
Big G, I see you, baby.
I don't want to say it's him leaving is why they won the series, because they could have still won it with him. It's just they didn't have some of that luck shit happen to them that happened this year. Hey, what can I say? 2012 was their best chance, and then since then they've been declining kind of.
Right.
But then they picked up Max Scherzer, and it looked like they really had a chance, and it just couldn't get there. Just stuff wasn't
Okay, let me rewind real quick. Greinke gives up that bomb to Rendon.
Change up, right?
UAJ Hinch. What do you do at that moment?
I go out there, talk to him, and say, "You good? I know you left one. Get through Soto. If you can't get through him, hey, that part of the lineup's done. We might not ever see him again because this is the 7th inning. Get through these 5, 6, 7. Ain't really hurt us like you've been getting us through.
My man G having a bad hair day. He says it's a Halloween special, G.
Halloween.
It's a Halloween special.
So that's what I go up to him and say, because the way he's pitching, he's not even 80 pitches yet. And you got him over to this team during the trade deadline to do what? To win big games like this because Cole and Verlander can't pitch. Get me through this inning, 8th inning, I'll turn it over. Because it's going to be the bottom of their lineup.
So you wanted the whole inning. What I would have done,
that inning.
What I would have done, pay him to visit. You get one more man on base, I'm hooking you.
But you got one more man on base with Juan Soto went on base, next batter.
So they didn't yank him right after Rondon?
No, Juan Soto walked.
So you know what? Then I'm with AJ Hinch on that.
Okay, he walked Juan Soto.
Yeah, I'm with AJ Hinch on that then.
All right.
I'm with AJ Hinch on that.
I would have said you got through them too.
Right.
Now we just got to get through the weaker
Now, you know
hitters.
what the pitchers, managers and pitching coaches, whoever's going to make the move, they don't want to set you up for a loss.
No, I know. That's what
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so let's say if Kendrick would have took him deep.
Yeah, but he had already owned Kendrick. He owned Kendrick. He owned Asdrubal Cabrera. Leave him in there for that.
I don't know. I think Drew got good numbers against him career-wise. That day he owned him, though. But career-wise, I remember him hitting like 380 or 400 against him. He got him for a double.
To me, if I'm the manager, I saw he got past the top 40. You don't have to face Trey Turner. You don't have to face Eaton no more. You don't have to face Juan Soto no more. You don't have to face Hector Rondon no more. Get me through Kendrick and Cabrera, and then you're done. Right. Now, if he comes to him in the mountain and Greinke goes, I'm done. I'm at 75 pitches. I give you all I can, Skipper. All right, you out. But I think Greinke knows he had a little bit more than 75 pitches. We could have got through the weaker part of that lineup in the 5-hitter and the 6-hitter to bridge you over to the 8th inning to where you maybe bring in Garrett Cole.
Right. Humpty, that's what we're getting at, because we know that Cole was upset. But I was talking to Noah before the show, and I was telling him that, what's that? The unwritten rules. No, the unwritten rules.
Yeah,
like, you know how you're not supposed to bunt with a guy with a no-hitter in the 9th inning. It doesn't say it in no rule book, right?
Unwritten rules.
But they call it unwritten rules. There's a thing where managers don't like to bring a starting pitcher during the middle of an inning. And I was telling Noah where he had Garrett Cole to start the 7th, and we both agreed no, because Greinke was unhittable at that time.
That's why I said get through this inning.
Yeah, now everybody, it's easy, like I said, it's easy to say now they should have brought in Garrett Cole in the middle innings. But the unwritten rule is they don't bring starters like that. They do not do that. A lot of coaches don't believe in that. They bring the actual relievers. Now, they would have started Cole in the 8th inning, which was too late. Mm-hmm. And that's why Cole was all turned out.
Well, before that 7th inning even started, before it started, remember, it led off with Adam Eaton.
Right.
I was already thinking, we've been talking about this throughout the whole baseball season. Every time a starting pitcher gets to the third time in the order, is face the pitcher, watch out because they always hit him better because you've already seen him twice. And now his stuff's not as crisp and sharp as it was in the first inning. Why is Greinke starting this inning? If he's starting this inning, he better finish it. Don't take him out because he's going, especially when against Rondon and Soto. But the seventh inning should have already been started with a different reliever, or you leave Greinke in for that whole let it. Hey, you started this shit, finish it.
Cole does not come in the middle inning. They don't do that.
He's only had one relief appearance.
That's what I'm saying. They don't do that. It's easy for people to go, yo, Garrett Cole, one of the best pitchers. He shut them down. No, you don't bring him in the middle. It doesn't work like that.
2 days rest.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
Only Bumgarner could do that shit.
Pedro Martinez, like I told you the other day, he came in and shot 6 innings. So, anything else you want to add on before we move on?
Shout out to Washington. I know they're going to enjoy it. I'm wondering to see if they go to the White House because it's in D.C.
Oh, man.
If they go see Donald Trump.
Are they going to see Trump? You see they booing him in that stadium, right?
It's going to be interesting to see what they do because that is Washington, D.C., where they want it.
Yeah.
And in Washington State.
My boys take Arizona tonight with the points. I know you mean with the points, Jonah. I know you don't mean money line, right?
But, yeah, good World Series. I'm glad to, experience it. I don't care how bad the ratings were. They missed out.
It was a great series, man.
Tune into this World Series.
Great
missed
series.
out. I don't care how bad the cities were. I mean, it's Houston and Washington, D.C. Still big cities. I know it wasn't L.A. or New York, but still, people should have tuned in. It's baseball.
Humpty's bringing it back. Get that real quick. Yeah, plus 10. I got you, brother.
They brought in Blackjack McDowell against Seattle.
Oh, my God. Ken Griffey sliding shit. Yeah. Real fast. Talk to the peoples real fast. Do Washington keeps both Strasburg and Rendon?
No, they ain't going to keep them both because they both going to want to get paid. I don't see them keeping
I'm going to lean on Strasburg staying.
Right, but
with a huge extension.
Rendon out of there. He did his thing. I mean, what more can he bring to the table? He's going to get paid like Harper did.
Right.
I can see him making
They saying Arenado money.
That's what
like somewhere like 270, 280.
You deserve Arenado money? I think you do. He was raking with Bryce Harper.
I know.
He's hitting better numbers than Harper when Harper was declining. So you got to.
If I had to take him or Arenado, I'd probably take Arenado.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Defense.
But I think he's worth $200 million. Yeah. I think he's. I don't know about no 280.
But I don't see Washington paying. They already got a ring. They don't. Hey.
They love him though.
They do.
They're actually going to take his work ethics and they're going to teach it to the kids in Washington. They were saying that might buy his ticket. That might buy his ticket.
Out of there.
All right. So that's it with the baseball. Great series. We don't want to overkill. Now we're going into boxing. Let's talk to them about boxing. We haven't gave them boxing in a while. You know what I'm saying? We got a big fight this Saturday night with Saul Canelo Alvarez. 52-1-2, 35 KOs versus Sergey Kovalev, who's 34-3-1. Canelo stepping up on weight. Your take real fast on this fight.
Alvarez, I mean, since he fought Andre Ward, those 2 battles, and lost them both, even though it was a controversy the first time, been on the decline from a Russian fighter. He's won his last 2. He's still trying to keep his name relevant. Big fight for him. I know he's going to get paid. Canelo, I mean, he's just been a monster since he lost to Floyd Mayweather. I mean, he hasn't done nothing but win.
Yeah.
He had 1 draw against Triple G.
Yeah, he got that business. That's why.
He took care. I mean,
he got that business. Floyd gave him that business, and he became a better fighter.
I mean, I'm not stepping in front of that Canelo train right now. I think the line's minus 450-ish.
Yeah, Canelo's 430. The Crusher is plus 350. If you're betting the side, you have to bet Sergey. But I think the rounds might be a route to go. The rounds, you might get a decent number on this fight.
Right.
Canelo's going up on weight. I have my boy from Philly who's kind of a boxing expert. He said throw a couple $100 on Sergey. I want your take on that.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that. I might get value, but I'm not going up. I'm not going against Canelo until he fights until he fights somebody. I know he's going up in weight a little bit, but he's been up there in weight. I mean, he's been that big before. I don't know. I'm not gonna go against that at all. It would just be Canelo, but I'm not gonna bet that either.
We got Gabrielle who said, "What are you supposed to be with your hair a hot mess like that?"
Yeah, something like that.
Would Edward Scissorhands be all right?
It could be anything, all right.
It could be Edward Scissorhands, right?
Yeah, it could be a combination of different things. Halloween, so excuse not to do my hair today.
Yeah, man, do your thing.
See the Chucky, George. Hey, that Could be that.
Yo, G-Man, chill, G-Man. That's my nigga. G-Man can joke, too, man. Back in the day, we used to go at it, man. But go ahead, brother.
But yeah, we'll see. It'll be a good fight, but I'm not laying the 4 something.
Hold on, Heat Miser. Who's that?
And I'm not, I don't know.
Y'all coming up with names, I don't know. Humpty came out with some little Ricky shit or Nicky shit, right? Yeah. I ain't even know about that.
That was on my hair.
I'm fucking lost, man. I got to get back into it.
Yeah, it'll be a good fight. I mean, I'm sure it's just another notch on the resume for Canelo, but...
You think it's going to be that easy?
Not that easy, but I think at the end of the day, he's going to get that W, design and all that.
Right.
I mean, Kovalev has... I mean, since he lost those 2 fights, I don't want to say I threw him off like that was it for him, but kind of was. He came back with 2 fights against some tomato cans. But this is a real fighter here we're going up against. The Crusher that hasn't been the Crusher in about 5-6 years.
Oh, really? Yeah. So even though Canelo's moving up, you still think he can do his thing?
Canelo takes care of business.
To Sergey. Okay, now let's go to the questions real fast. We got a lot of baseball. Let's go back, give him the opportunity. I know I seen somebody say something there.
Rendon should go to the Mets.
I like that. Humpty. I spoke about that earlier with Brave Brinks. Brave Brinks said the Mets should get him, and I agree with Brave Brinks on that. That'd be a nice pickup. Get the Tar Father the fuck out of there. The Tar Father's finished.
Greinke's a mediocre postseason pitcher. We've talked about that many times.
Yes, sir.
They got hot at the right time. Momentum carried them over. That's right. Strasburg, yeah, he looked like the real thing.
Strasburg is the real thing. Okay, go up now. I've seen those already. Let's go the other way. Yeah, go slow, though, nigga. You going like 5-6 passing shit.
There wasn't nothing else. I haven't seen it.
Okay, my boy Jonah likes Arizona +10. I think y'all can ride with that. I actually got the 49ers on 2 tickets money line, so I did a 3-team. I just like the money line. I don't think they're going to lose to them, but the +10 might be a route to take. Anything else there?
No, that's
okay, G, we see the salute. We appreciate the salute.
They won 8 straight against the Niners. I don't know if people remember that, but Arizona's beat them 8 times in a row. I think the Niners understand that this is a kind of a little bit of revenge too, so they might try.
You know Sherman know about that.
Of course, yeah.
Sherman stay up with shit like that.
8 straight losses against the team.
Okay, we done?
Yeah.
Okay,
next topic.
WBC bout, the Continental title. My boy Dwayne Beeman, Mr. Stop Running, 16-2-1. He should be 17-1 versus Marvin Solano, who's 22-4 with 8 KOs. The fight is in Orlando, Florida, November 16th. Stay tuned to that. I'm going to give y'all all the insight on that, where to watch that fight, etc. Salute to my boy, Dwayne, Mr. Stop Running, Beeman. We back on track. Let's get him, big dog. Anything you want to add on to that before we move on?
I'm looking forward to seeing him get back on track, back in the W column.
Oh, he working out. He's got a new trainer and all that.
I know he ready.
I'm glad he got a new trainer because you can't do it all yourself, man. I know you think you can because you're smart like that, but you needed just a little help. Michael Jordan needed a little help if you do the math. Now we're going into the NFL. Got a question that we bring up early in the year, but now I think it's most appropriate to re-bring it up right now. Is Baker Mayfield, a.k.a. Bake Money, fake money? Talk to him.
Nah, they started off the season, now they're 2-5. Bad loss last week to a team that they were supposed to lose to. Don't get me wrong, I don't care about what Jarvis Landry was saying, guaranteeing a win, and Odell Beckham saying we're going to their house. I don't want to hear all that. Everybody know that the coaching matchup between Freddie Kitchens and Belichick was a huge advantage to Belichick. So I'm going to give Baker Mayfield an alibi for that game. I mean, Patriots.
Brian Foss said monopoly money.
Yeah, I understand.
That's what he is right now. I mean,
he got into it with a reporter last week, and they compared him to Ryan Leaf.
Wow.
Okay, Ryan Leaf. If you don't remember, Ryan Leaf got into a famous interview with a member of the media where he got up and got in his face like, I'm done talking to you. I mean, stop talking to me.
Some retarded
After that,
shit.
he just went downhill.
Some retarded shit.
Next thing you know, Ryan Leaf was out the league. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say he's going that route at all either. Now, if you look at the rest of the Browns' schedule, it's easy.
Yeah, I got it right here.
It's
Let me say it real
walk
quick.
in the park.
Let me say it real. Not like that, but it's easy.
Compared to the first 8.
At Denver.
Easy.
Home against Buffalo.
They could win that game.
Home against Pittsburgh.
Easy win.
Home against Miami.
Simple.
At Pittsburgh.
Maybe tough game.
Home Bengals.
Another win.
At Arizona.
They can win that game.
At Baltimore, home against Baltimore.
They probably lose that game, but it's at home.
At Bengals.
Another win.
So they can easily go what? 7-1, right?
Easily go. Yeah, they can finish the season 9-7.
Or
8-8, something like that.
Right.
So give them time to right the ship because this was a tough time. This was a tough part of the schedule at the beginning. I knew it was going to be tough for them. A lot of people did. It's hard to gel these kind of. You throw in Odell Beckham, you're not going to just come out the gate 5-0. Hey, you can't. It's not Jerry Rice. I mean, it's not a. And this is a guy that has an ego too and everything and all that, like most wide receivers. But I'm gonna give Baker Mayfield to the end of this year. If he ain't 8-8, 9-7, 7-9, 7-9 is cutting it close. All right, but he better be at least 8-8, 9-7, or else we're not talking about him no more.
Well, I'm gonna have a different perspective.
Okay.
They got a lot of hotheads on that team. Even Jarvis Landry is one of them low.
Right.
You got to get a mentor over there. You got to get a coach that knows how to coach these young guys.
Yeah,
Kitchens is not the fucking guy. He's young himself. He did some stupid shit. I forgot what he did in preseason, where he started arguing with a reporter himself.
Yeah,
he doesn't lead by example. He's nothing but a coordinator. They got to get a good head coach. Ernest Vegas, shut the fuck up. They're not trash. They talented. They playing like trash. We called it because they had too much hype. Back to the too much hype thing. You got to live it before you call it. They are not trash, though. Let me tell you, they got names on both sides of the fields. They need a coach that can coach them down and let them understand and take care of responsibilities. And if they don't, you set them the fuck down and you don't play. Some Belichick, Bill Cowher-ish, coaches like that, Bill Parcells, coaches that'll retain you, like that'll straight up grab your jersey if you out of line. The talent is there. They got talent. They got Idoku at tight end. They got Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham Jr. They got Chubb. They having Kareem Hunt coming on board real soon. They got talent, bro. Talent's not even a question. Who's their backup? Is it Tyrod?
Taylor, yeah.
Come on, dog. They talented. But when you're not led by the captain correctly, that's why they doing what they doing. You got Odell Beckham running the fucking Tom Brady after the game, getting an autograph. Come on, you don't do shit like that, man. You ever see the Patriots do some shit like that? The old Giants do shit like that? They don't do shit like that. You shake a motherfucking hand and you keep it pushing. And that's the bottom line. So real quick, Baker Mayfield, 6 touchdowns, 12 interceptions for 1,700 yards. His QBR is 39.6, which is 27th ranked in the league. He's fake money right now. He's the counterfeits that I had one time. I had 3 of them. Some nigga gave me change, and I ended up with 3 of them. And I ain't going to tell you how I got rid of them. I'll leave it like that. You got anything else you want to say before I add on?
We'll see what happens at the end of the year. They got a Humpty Dump schedule where they can just...
He said Humpty Dump schedule. You dissing my boy Humpty right now, man.
I'm saying they could easily go 7-1 with that stretch. So
I would say more like
6-2.
Yeah, 6-2 or 8-2, whatever games they got left. Okay, now we're going to Carolina. This is a question I wanted to ask you. They went to Frisco and got their heads fucking taken off. Thank God I had Frisco that day. There was a guy actually that put $300,000 on Carolina plus the 4.5, 5, whatever it closed at.
Man, that's sad.
He got iced. They lost 51-13. The kid Allen was official before that. Allen,
5-0 he was.
He had 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. He was 5-0 or 4-0. I think he was 4-0. Okay, he was because he's 4-2. He won 4 in a row.
Right.
7 touchdowns, no picks. In that Frisco game, he threw 3 picks, no touchdowns. His QBR dropped to from like 15th to like 23rd in that one game. My question to you, do you stick with Allen or you bring in Cam Newton?
I mean, Cam the franchise and everything, and it's it's not the same as Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Brees. Because obviously we saw it happen. Drew Brees came back. They did what they've been doing. They still won easy over Arizona. I can't go that route because Drew Brees has been there a lot longer than Cam Newton has. Okay, he's been the franchise name since 2005 or what? He's been there forever. Cam Newton.
Ernest said, bring him back.
I mean, you got to give Cam another chance to get his job back. He's not going to get Wally pipped. I mean, Kyle Allen is the fresh new thing, but maybe they're starting to get some video on him. I bring back Cam again. If he loses 2 in a row to some bums or something, all right, you gotta get Kyle Allen get back in there because he went up against.
Or why you don't let Kyle Allen see if he loses another game?
Because Cam Newton, if he's back healthy, he's still the man. He's still
My understanding was that he lost his job, and I guess that didn't happen. See, 51-13, a lot of stories tend to change after a loss like that. You know that, right?
Bad loss.
Yeah, that type of loss had the brass restructuring their whole thoughts. Because before that game, I heard that Kyle Allen was going to be the future quarterback.
I heard he was on,
Cam Newton was on trade deadline. Yeah, trade bait. You know what I mean? Now you get blown the fuck out. Now he's back into the conversation.
You have to, though. I mean, you have to because he's still getting all that money. And he's just sitting on the bench. You got to let him go out there and see if he can prove
I think he's also bad energy, toxic type of dude. He's just like, to me, he's another Bryce Harper in football. That's what Cam Newton is to me. I'm going to keep it real.
But he's won a national championship. And
I mean, he wasn't always like that. Out of Auburn, he was good. But something happened.
He's been to a Super Bowl.
In the NFL where he became toxic.
He's earned the right to keep his job. I mean, he took his team to a Super Bowl where they lost to Denver. I mean, he's made multiple playoff runs.
Brian Forsett, Cam needs to have his head right now.
Yeah.
His head right.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to bring him back. He better be ready mentally and physically.
Yeah, so I'm not going to hear no injury shit like the first 2 games, right?
He's got to come back 100% with his head, ready to play mentally and physically.
CG, I see you, CG.
You give him that chance, and then if it don't work out, you got Kyle Allen waiting.
Okay, I guess we're going to go Cam Newton, right?
Yeah, I'm going Cam. Believe me, I'm not a big Cam Newton fan either. So
I used to love Killer Cam. I used to call him Killer Cam.
But
I had to take away the killer. If anything, he's killing them.
Yeah.
So I might have to keep the killer, but use it in a different way. Like,
aspect, right?
Yeah, before he was killing the opponents, now he's killing his own team. Some friendly fire shit, but I don't know. You know about that. You've been in the military.
Double agent.
Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna go to college football.
Okay. That time of year.
I got my own poll. I got the Alyork poll. I do top 6. I don't do that top 25, top 10, top 15. I do the Alyork top 6. The reason why, I can't wait till the playoffs become 6.
Expand?
Yes, to 2 more teams. And I feel like they have to do that because a lot of teams are getting left out because of the 4-team playoffs.
I don't know if they go to 6. I think they might go to 8.
Because you could do 6. You give 1 and 2 a bye.
Yeah.
Because they earned the bye.
That's such an advantage, though. That bye is huge.
Yeah, but when you 1 and 2, you deserve that. It's like in regular baseball, regular football.
It goes to 8.
Okay, all right. So we'll go 6, 8, but I'm doing 6.
Okay.
I'm doing the Alyork 6. Of course, we got the Crimson Tide number 1.
Okay.
That's kind of obvious. I'm gonna sneak the LSU Tigers at number 2. I love that quarterback. I love the coach. They are doing their thing over there in LSU. My boy Johnny Football is going to appreciate that because he's from LSU and he loves his Tigers. Then I got the Clemson Tigers at number 3. So are you agreeing with me or not?
I'm going to wait till you're done. I'm going to give you my top 6.
Okay. I got Ohio State at number 4. All these teams are all 8-0. I got Penn State at number 5. I like what the Penn State been doing lately. I love their head coach. Kind of look like my man Vegas, Ernest Vega. He's bald-headed with glasses just like Ernest Vega. And last but not least, this is a tough one. It's either Florida, Georgia, or Oregon. I'm going to take Georgia. I think
Georgia. Oklahoma.
Yeah. They defense, man. You can't lose to K-State, bro. You cannot lose to K-State. They're like something like 4-3. You cannot lose that game. Defense lost
Georgia
that game.
lost to South Carolina, who's 2-4. I mean, I understand though. Okay, and
I just think Georgia's the type of team they play down to their competition, as you seen in that bowl game when they got beat in that bowl game, because they wasn't up for that bowl game. Watch Georgia show up this week. They're playing Florida this week. You said right? Mm-hmm. Watch them show up this week. Watch the Bulldogs show up this week.
They will.
And
win. It's a tough game.
Yeah, I like Georgia to win this week. Hey, get so 6 real fast.
All right, my
not real fast.
I'm gonna start for number 6. Okay, you got Florida up there, Georgia up there. I think Oklahoma, they still going to be in there because the Big 12, there ain't nobody else in there. So they're going to have to represent the Big 12. Georgia, Florida, they all right there. I mean, Notre Dame could have got in there, but they blew it last week, as we know. Number 5, you got to give it to Penn State because they're undefeated still. I know Baylor's still undefeated, but they're not going to get it, don't worry. Penn State's going to lose to Ohio State, though, and they'll probably drop out of the poll. But for now, you got to put number 5. My number 4 right now is Clemson.
Okay.
They ain't beat nobody. They should have lost to North Carolina, and Mac Brown didn't. They're winning their games, but in the ACC, come on. There ain't nobody in the ACC.
They're not winning convincingly. They're
And
not putting
they're
their
not-
foot in nobody's mouth. But they
And they should
did.
be.
But they did put their foot in Bama's mouth in the chip game, so
Right.
we all know
But that's last
what
year,
they're
though.
capable.
Okay.
No, they actually got a better team. They saying this year, but
That's
yeah.
what they're saying, but I haven't seen it. They haven't really shown me nothing because they ain't really played nobody, really.
Right.
So they're my number 4. I have to go with that because you can't count last year's games. For this year, I'm going at number 4. Number 3, I'm going Alabama Crimson Tide. That's my number 3 team
Oh
right
wow,
now.
you got Bama at 3. Nick Saban and company.
With Tua still hurt, going through his, I mean, he's going to be back. We don't know how good he's going to be. I got to go with number. They've of course they've won their games convincingly too, but
My man, they are pounding motherfuckers by the first half. They up like 40.
But without
Yo,
Tua,
my man Suge, right? I was watching their last game. They were up 7-3. No lie. Suge text me in like 20 minutes. Say, yo, Bama up 48. I said, you ain't watching the right
they
game.
was playing some garbage though.
Yo, dog, they scored like 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns, literally in 1 quarter. Again.
They're my number 3. Number 2, I'm going LSU. Number 2. They just that good. They to me they a step higher than Alabama.
That quarterback is
we
a
gonna
beast.
see him.
Burrow's a beast.
They playing. Burrow to me is the Heisman favorite right now to win it. He overpassed Jalen Hurts. It's gonna be a really hell of a game next week when they play.
But why he
Alabama.
passed Hurts? Because Hurts lost?
Hurts has been putting up
play
numbers,
defense.
but he ain't been. I mean, he ain't really been putting up the numbers he was putting up early in the season. He's still putting up numbers. Don't get me wrong, but
No, I mean, he had 200-300
Burrow's
yards
putting up
passing.
better numbers
I got you.
against better competition. Remember, he's going up against Big 12 Baylor and Oklahoma State, and this is what he's going up against. He's going up SEC defenses. LSU number 2, playing well, and then my number 1 team is the Ohio State Buckeyes, who cover every week. They cover every first half. Remember, it's not just winning games; they showing.
They're showing out.
Yeah, they winning
showing
with
out.
style. They winning with just for them to do this with a new head coach. Because remember, what's the name? Urban Meyer out of there.
Right.
They doing this. I mean, I didn't expect them to be in the top 4. For me to have them as number 1, that's just how well they're playing. They keep on
Even with a
covering
new
numbers.
coach, you're gonna brand them number 1.
And then I'm gonna wait till what they do to Michigan next week or in a few weeks, whatever it is, it's gonna even solidify it more. Right now, they're my number 1 ahead as the best team in the country with LSU number 2, Alabama 3, Clemson number 4. But we'll see. It's a long season. We got all the championship games coming up, and obviously LSU or Alabama is going to have 1 loss coming up next week, and then we'll see what goes on from there. It's a tough. That's going to be the game of the year, probably as usual, as it usually is in the SEC, and we'll find out from there. But long way to go.
Okay, real fast. Let's tell the people's. We gave our predictions early in the year. George kind of looks shot right now, right?
Georgia don't look
I mean, I won't say George is totally
Georgia
out.
can win. They can win the SEC championship game and shoot up in there.
That's what I'm saying. So they're not totally
They're not
out.
out. No, they're not out.
But who was your dog team?
To come out with Oregon.
Okay.
Because of Justin Herbert, but they had that loss earlier in the season to Auburn, which really hurt them. Auburn needed to win that game last week against LSU to put them up there to help Oregon's stock.
Right.
I mean, right now in the Pac-12, Oregon is the only team that looks like they have a chance to make it. Like you said, they still in your top 6. But
I mean, they're flirting with the top 6. They could either be 7.
They got to show you. They got to beat USC big this week.
Right.
And I can see them losing that game.
Style points. They need to win by style points.
USC at home, they got some receivers. It's gonna be a tough game.
They always got talent.
I can see them beating Oregon, so that's gonna be a tough game. But
Right.
that was my sleeper, Oregon.
Right. Well, my sleeper was Oklahoma. They fucked that up, losing on K-State. I mean, you can't lose to K-State
at home.
And I'm still gonna stick with my main pick. I like Clemson, man. I mean, I'm big on what is it? How you say his name? Thabo.
Sweeney.
I'm just big on Thabo, man. Like, he's a great coach. I know they haven't been covering. I know that they haven't been winning pretty. But when it's time to shoot up and it's time to get on that field, when they need to get on with the lights on real bright, they perform every time.
If Mac Brown, though, gets that 2-point conversion, all this talk is gone because they'd have been out of the whole game.
Yeah, and he fell asleep. He fell asleep because that's a game they should have easily
North
easily won
Carolina.
by 2-3 touchdowns.
3 at least, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
But they got there. A win's a win. So
Okay, so who's your sleeper real fast?
it was Oregon.
No,
Now,
give me a new one. From the list right now, the top 6. Who do you like from that top 6?
I can't say Penn State. I guess I gotta say Georgia again because they can still sneak in there. If
So you gonna stick with your guns with Georgia?
I'll stick with them. They can still make it a shot. They might make an appearance in the SEC championship game and sneak into the top 4, but it's gonna be tough because them 4 are all legit.
Right. Alley-oop me that.
Stephen A. My boy Alyork is still.
Put your seatbelts on, y'all.
He's still beefing with
Tony Mazzola.
with one of the talking heads on.
He's like over. USC Oregon. Tony Mazzola. That's Tony Sports. He likes the over. He just gave a free pick out to you guys. You ain't even have to call him for that
It's
pick.
a great game, USC Oregon this week in SC.
Right.
Oregon needs to win this game to stay alive in the playoff. USC needs to win this game just to show relevance in their team, and Pac-12 will be out though if they do that. But like I was saying, my man Alyork, him and talking head Stephen A. Smith, not a big fan, so we're gonna see what he got to get it off his chest this week.
Yeah, but tell him it's right there. Kevin Durant. Don't that Kevin Durant shit.
Yeah. So KD was on today talking about why he left Golden State, and Stephen A. Smith was last year lambasting him, telling him, this and that, and doesn't show up, and he's coming out with an injury. I don't know why he can't come out there. Then he got hurt anyway. So, I mean, now he's backtracking a little bit. This is typical Stephen A. Smith.
Typical.
I don't mind him as much as he do because, I
don't want to hear it's just sports.
I understand his.
I don't want to hear it's just sports. So whoever's going to say that, log the fuck off. This ain't just sports. This shit is real. Like I tell you, what we do is straight facts. It's the raw truth. It's real sports.
He switches it up a lot, though. I'll give him that. He does. And now the fact that they're going to pay him a grip, too, I'm hearing. He about to get paid from ESPN.
Probably will.
So
he probably will.
That
doesn't take him away from me from being fake, though.
No, I know.
They could pay him $20 million a year. He's still fake to me.
Your take on
Listen, man. First things first. Me personally, if I'm going to get at a cat, right? Cat comes find out, come checks me. Yo, Al, what's up, man? You throwing my name up in the sports shit. You saying, I'm going to go, yeah. That's what I do for a living. It's none personal. That's what I do for a living. That's where it ends at. It doesn't go further than that. Stephen A. is the type of nigga, or type of dude. Let me rephrase. Because I'm a nigga too, but a lot of people will take that wrong. Stephen A. is the type of dude that once you approach him, his whole demeanor switches up now. Now, from KD being a sellout, KD playing himself, KD not showing him what he's supposed to show him, KD presses on him, goes on an interview. Now KD's the best player in the world. Let me give you another scenario. He went in on Floyd Mayweather before that Pacquiao fight. Skip Bayless kind of set him up to that when Skip Bayless was doing that chicken noise. Burr, 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 burr. Next thing you know, Stephen A. felt the need to say some shit like, well, you know what? If he runs this time, I can't save Floyd no more. Floyd shot him a text. 2 days later, he's in Floyd's house praising him. Oh, you the greatest fighter. Nobody can see you. Nobody can touch you. Stephen A. Smith is so fake to me. I don't care how talented he is. I promise you guys, I don't hate on him. I love Stephen A. Smith when he played that reverent role. Jesse Jackson, Farrakhan, that type with the suit, with the glasses, talking that deep sport shit. That's when I felt Stephen A. Smith. But when he tried to convert and go to the other side of the green, one thing about being from the hood, and all y'all know I'm not lying, you can't pretend this shit. You ain't been through nothing, Stephen A. Stop fronting. Stop acting like you something you not. That's why I can't watch you, dog. When I see you and I see you fronting, you look like bozo to me, fam. Like, I don't take you serious in no way. And a lot of people started to acknowledge that. But listen, God bless your money. You do got a lot of knowledge. I'm not taking that away. My thing is that you need to stop role playing. Play your position, dog. If you was a quarterback, don't try to be a running back. That's straight up and down. if you're a security guard, don't try to be a VIP host. Play your position, dog. I'm tired of you doing this. Ray John Rondo checked you. You was by the locker room. He went up to you and said, you pussy. You didn't say nothing. Next morning, before the show started, you stopped Max Kellerman and what's that girl named Jalen Rose girl? Because she's irrelevant to me. Molly, whatever. Yeah. She's irrelevant too. Oh, I got something to say. Ray John Rondo, I ain't forget what you did yesterday. That was cowardly of you. Dog, what the fuck is that? You supposed to nip that right when he went up to your face, dog. You supposed to nip it. You got security guards, dog. You can hook off and security gonna save you anyway. So what's all the need to blow him up the next day after he's already out of town, dog? I had to bring this up because I'm tired of this Daffy Duck. Paid in Fool. What's the dude from Paid in Fool's name? The funny nigga, no, Calvin.
Calvin, yeah.
You look just like Calvin, dog. And I'm telling you, the day you ready to call me on a set, fly me out there, and I'll come check you mano a mano. We'll go eye to eye, gun for gun, whatever, and we kick this shit all day. It don't even have to be streets. We'll keep it all sports, family. But stop being fake, dog, because a lot of people's acknowledging that, and you're going to lose a lot of people because you're fronting too much. That's all I got to say, dog. That's all I got to say. Because a lot of niggas going to think I'm hating. I swear to God, I'm not hating. If he went back to like that Louis Farrakhan style, well, you know, remember with the glasses and he wasn't yelling? Yeah. I love Stephen A. Smith because he was being real. He was being what he was made of. Right. But now you talk about let's get it. You know what time it is. Nigga, shut the fuck up, nigga. You ain't from you ain't from no hood, dog. Cut that shit the fuck out. And I ain't trying to be gangster. I'm just being real. Be what you are, dogs. Be who you are. Don't front for television, my dude. Because you're going to get checked. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to just say, who is worse, okay? The Stephen A. Smith charade, whatever, or Skip Bayless all around with everything Skip Bayless does is just to try to, it's all about Tim Tebow, it's all about Belichick, it's all about... What I like about Skip...
He's a contrarian about everything. Look, what I like about Skip, he speaks his mind.
But it's always fake, and now he's number two, Kawhi, he don't...
No, but this is the thing with Skip. It could be 5 dudes in a room. 4 dudes go against him.
He always contrarian.
And he's not smart enough to figure it out that majority rules. Like I learned a long time ago, if I'm in a room just with 2 dudes, and both of them told me, Al, you was out of line, Al. I don't care how much I think I'm right. If 2 of y'all are saying that, I'm going to be like, you know what? I probably was out of line.
So a 4 going at Skip, he's
That's the only thing I knock about Skip. He's like, there's a word for it I can't come up with. He's stubborn.
Yeah, he's a contrarian.
He's extremely stubborn. Like
he'll never give LeBron
He'll never
props.
give. There you go.
He'll never give Kawhi props now because he left his favorite team, the Spurs.
Right.
I mean, I can't listen to Skip like you can't listen to, because I already know it's just whatever
I can hear Skip all day before Stephen A.
All right. LeBron, if LeBron came to the Knicks, this Stephen A. Smith reporting, the Knicks would be out there, we'd be doing our thing, but the Knicks can't get it together.
Yo, that's Stephen A. He's a fucking clown. But anyway, let's go to our free picks, man.
Halloween, Ella.
My girl Ella said, Mr. Parker.
Okay.
Hey, y'all.
It's my Halloween look.
She said, did you just get out of bed?
It's my Halloween look, all right? Let me just...
Yo, Ella, you just pop in saying jokes, baby. Yo, guys, listen. If I came across wrong, I apologize. But y'all know I'm the raw truth. Like I said, I'm that type of dude. My wife, I'm begging you to forgive me for this. If I went to a telly with a girl and I didn't hit, I come down and that's exactly the story you get. Not, no, you know my style, dog. You know how I do. No. I straight up look in your eyes and be like, yo, dog, I ain't hit. She ain't want to rock. What you want me to do? You want me to rape her type shit? She ain't want to rock. That's how I rock. When I see this clown stunning, knowing that dudes be checking them, and then when they check them, now he orders something the best player in the world. The fuck out of here, nigga. You fake, man. Big Ed, man.
No, that's it. That's it.
Fake,
We're going into our free play.
Yeah, free plays.
Now. Three NFL plays. We 12-1 on the year, 2-1 last week. We're trying to get back on track.
Yes, sir.
No college this week. All pro. We're gonna start off with the teaser, which has been en fuego all season.
Oh,
I think
you
he's
giving
only
me
got one.
props?
He's got one loss. I think.
You giving me props?
So go ahead. Whatever the teaser is.
No, let's
write
stay.
it down.
No, I want to stay
Write
with.
it
I want
down.
to stay with the lineup.
Okay,
I don't want to
okay,
jinx
okay.
it. First game we giving out this week is the Cleveland Browns.
I know we was just talking about fake money, big money.
Yeah, we're gonna
This is
take the
easier part
Cleveland
of the
Browns.
schedule, though.
Yeah, no Joe Flacco, correct?
Flacco out.
Cleveland Browns, but get them at -3. Spend a quarter. It's minus a quarter. You got to look through your books, look through your accounts. Don't take the 3.5.
Shop around.
Shop around, find a 3 at a little more, maybe a quarter, maybe even 30 cents. You, in case they win by 3, you get a push, you get your money
But
back.
they probably handle business by.
They're going to handle business, though. They're going to win at least by 7, but you know what? Just to be on the safe side. Cleveland Browns is pick number 1 at Denver. Pick number 2, oh, no, we can save the last one, the best one for last.
Okay.
2-team 7-point teaser. We're going to take the Bills. Here's Buffalo Bills. From 9.5 down to -2.5. And if you get 9, then they only got to win by 2. You might find some 9s out there. You're going to find 9.5s. Shop around. Get the best number you could. And then I'm going to do something I normally don't do. Tony Mazzotta's going to be upset with me on this. Carolina's -3.5. We're going to go across the 0, back up to +3.5. So -3.5 becomes +3.5. If you do the math, that's a 7-point teaser. So the 7-point teaser looks like this. The 2-team 7-point teaser. Bills -2 or 2.5. Carolina +3.5. Yo,
It's a
take.
must-win game. Carolina coming off a loss. That was the Niners they played last week. This is a whole different opponent. We've seen Tennessee. You know, they wishy-washy. Mariota's gone. They're going with your boy, Tennessee.
Tannehill. Hold up.
Texas A&M.
B. Ford and William Wright's old quarterback.
Yeah, Ryan Tannehill. So,
Ryan
and
Tannehill.
now we're going to our third play.
Our
We're
third play.
taking an underdog. This is the underdog of underdogs.
You want me to give it to them or you got it?
Go ahead. I'm just
No, you know why?
I'm going to bring it up to you.
No. You know why? Because they laughed at your Buffalo Bills, so give it to them.
all right.
B4 William Wright, wake up for this one.
Third play. It's the underdog. It's the biggest underdog this year. Oh, they ain't won a game yet. We taking them +3 against the New York Football Jets at home.
Miami Dolphins, baby.
Jets coming off a embarrassing loss on Monday night. Short rest. You got the fact that they're going through all this turmoil with their head coach and Le'Veon Bell and Sam Darnold seeing ghosts. It's Halloween. All this going on. Take the Miami Dolphins to get their one and only win this year. Get the +3, cash out.
There you go. Sergio's saying the Browns is trash. Okay, Sergio, I'm a little confused. So the Denver Broncos, even with Joe Flacco, what would you call them? And if you take out Joe Flacco, what would you call him after that? Talk to me, baby. Look at B. Ford. So y'all got it already? The 3 teams real fast. Cleveland Browns -3. The 2-team 7-point teaser. Bills -2.5. Carolina +3.5. And the last pick, Miami +3. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Syndicate Radio, Tony Sports, Vegas Divas, Club Seamless, Noah Parker. Everybody tuning in. We love y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Love y'all. Continue to tune in. Happy Halloween. And be careful tonight, motherfuckers. Love, baby.